Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne doing the mid-September reading for everyone who has their sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius. So I'm cruising through all the zodiac signs because my light is fading, and unfortunately, Capricorns, we're going to be in darkness. Total darkness. We're going to be like the Star Trek, venturing into darkness. Although Sagittarius, it's the same thing for you guys. So I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan. I'm really personally waiting for the next Star Trek movie to come out. Like the day that I went to see it, I was ready for the next one. But that's how I am, you know. That's what I want. I think that's what we all want. I'm still also waiting on the Sherlock Holmes, the next Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. to come out. And I think of Sagittarius as it's like the Sagittarius Aquarius duo is the Sherlock Holmes Dr. Watson team, you know. It's up for debate which is Dr. Watson and which is Sherlock. And sometimes I think they change, but they make a really great team. So I'm sending you lots of love, Sagittarius, for all of you movie buffs out there. Obviously, I quote a lot of movies and music and stuff. That's just stuff that I'm into. If you're not into it, well then this obviously isn't a great video for you. But anyways, Sagittarius. So I can't even believe I went through all of those signs. It's been a long day. It's almost it's 7:30 here. It's crazy. But anyways, moving on to what you've got for this is mid-September. This is to replace my September 14th daily horoscope. And this is just to pick up the energies of what's kind of happened in the last couple weeks and what's kind of happening in going forward, to check in, I know I did a September horoscope, and hopefully, things are kind of on track for whatever that was. I don't remember what I said in my September video, but for Sagittarius, but I am going to do the spread here for just, to see how things are going this month for you. Just bear with me here. I'm just going to lay it all out. Lay it on down. Okay, so for you, lovely Sagittarius, we have some really good energy happening here where you're at. You're really supported right now by someone in your life. You could also be doing something that has you engaging with somebody who's really supportive. This could be a friend that's really supportive, male or female. I usually see this as being a short-haired male. It could also, or a very short-haired female. It could be an older short-haired female. She kind of looks like, I don't know if you saw that commercial for, I think it was the commercial where the woman, she goes to France and she has this like pastry. It was like for some pastry, but she ends up making this delicious raspberry dessert. Sagittarius is like food, so I can talk about food with you guys. I talk about food in all of the signs, though. It's just me. Anyways, I've been kind of dreaming about making that, and it's so bad because it's just a commercial. Commercials really get into your head, don't they? But she's like that woman. She kind of looks like Judi Dench. Is that her name? I think that's her name. But if it's a woman, it can be an older woman like that, or it can be, your husband or your partner or your business partner, and you may even have, an animal like a cat or a little dog that supports you too, And the thing that's crossing you is that you're going to be juggling two things, or you have been probably, or you are juggling two things. And Sagittarius there's two sides to a Sagittarius. Sorry, got a little bit of a shadow here. There's two sides to a shadow. It's funny because I'm actually talking about two sides. I've got two sides here on my face, but to them, there's the man. Okay, so we've got the man and horse, right? So Sagittarius is like centaur. That's not the word. Where it's a half man and half horse. And so you may be just juggling two things that you want. The horse side of you wants to run, wants to go out and do something and get something done. You want to feel like you've accomplished something. And on the other hand, there's that very practical person side that says, well, we actually have to do some work in order to get that. We can't just go. We have to do some work, some practical things. So that's really what it is. And then what the foundation is actually like, it could be even like in the past where you felt like, or you may still feel like you had to do a lot to get to have some victory. So there was some victory, or you may be experiencing some victory now. Victory is definitely, I think more so, you're going towards something. You're working towards something and taking these big, it's like climbing up. If you were to climb up the steps of the pyramid, of like one of the pyramids in like Egypt, you'd be climbing up these huge blocks, right? You know, you're working your way to the top. This is like you definitely have achieved something recently. And you still want more. You still want, and it is possible. And whatever it is that you're working towards, you will get. Let's see. And so also in the past, you may have been very reflective on what it is that you want, what it is that you want to really be doing. How do you, how are you going to achieve this? Sorry. It's a little mermaid. The Four of Cups is the mermaid. It's the girl that's just looking at her reflection going, who am I? Who am I really? Who am I supposed to be? What job am I supposed to have? Who am I supposed to become? It's all those kinds of very deep introspective thoughts. And you got the Hanged Man right now for the position of where you're at. And this is someone who has a lot of inner strength. And someone who, this could be a man in your life, so this could be a guy in your life who's waiting for you. It's funny because Sagittarius love to be chased. If you're a man Sagittarius, if a guy Sagittarius, you love the chase. You love it when girls play hard to get. If you're a female, you will seriously let somebody chase you until they eventually give up, and you kind of enjoy it. I hate to say that, but that's kind of how it is. You love to feel that somebody really wants you enough to chase you and really work towards it, But it's also realizing, you need to realize that you have this inner strength to get through the tough times. If you've been going through some tough times, and I feel like there's hard work that you've been doing. There's some work that you've been doing that has been difficult. Not it's kind of like having a very busy schedule. If somebody has a very busy schedule, they have to be able to manage it all in order to keep up with the grind. Someone who has multiple jobs. That is hard work. It's not easy to just do all that, some of you gotta eat, you've gotta sleep, you've gotta, make your lunches, you've gotta get from point A to point B, and you need to do it, everything needs to move smoothly, and it's harder for things to move smoothly when you've got a lot of moving parts to your life. In a way, this person has resigned themselves to waiting things out. That, there's an element of time here, It's weird because we've got the girl with the time passing her by. She's so introspective, she doesn't see that time is passing. And then we've got the guy with time passing him by. Because he's resigned himself to wait. So maybe, really, I have a strong sense you have been waiting for something. You've been waiting, and you've been waiting, and you've been patient, and you don't know where things, that's why you're watching this video, you don't know where things are going to go. And I get to be the bearer of good news. I hate it in videos where I have to be the bearer of bad news because, anyways, it just annoys me, but I don't like it when, who likes a messenger of bad news? Nobody likes that, I want you guys to feel my vibe, and I want the best for all of my clients. And I may come down a little bit harder on some of you than others, just because I have very strong principles about things. And but I want love, joy, and happiness for all of my clients, for everybody in the world. Really, it goes beyond the individual. I want it for everyone, because that's what everyone deserves, in my opinion. You know, this is you getting what you want, everything you wish for. She literally is blowing on a dandelion into the air, making a wish. So, if you haven't, wished on a dandelion recently, go do it. There's tons of them out there. If there's no dandelion seeds or wishes to be had, you write down in your journal what it is that you want, and say a prayer, and release it. I used to do this all the time, where I'd write things down and then I'd burn it and then I throw the ashes in the wind. You can do that too. I mean, it's a great ritual thing to do, to release some of to give it up to the angels, to give it up to God, to release some of your dreams, to watch and to wait and see them manifest. I feel like you've been waiting for something. You are working towards this. This is what you want. But there is time that you have had to put in and wait for this victory to come. Emotionally, you are going for it. In order for you to be happy, you need to be active. You need to go out there and dance and sing and be musical. This is somebody who plays an instrument. I've talked about her before. She reminds me of an Aries, but this, it can be you, Sagittarius, because she's fiery. She's foxy, so she's hot, and she's fiery. She definitely has a sense of fashion, So if you love fashion, get dressed up. I've talked about this in some of my videos. Some people really feel good when they dress up. So I want you to go root into your closet for something sexy to wear. And I want you to go out and enjoy yourself. And, I feel like the period of waiting is soon to be over. So it's time to celebrate. I know that maybe you feel like you haven't reached whatever it is quite yet, but the time to go out there and do it is now. And again, we also have we got the spider, which is patience. It's coming at you from the outside, which means that you really have had to be patient, but your patience will pay off. There is money to be made through your patience. And your attitude is actually the Phoenix card. So you're going to be going through a transformation. Your attitude is change. You want to see things change. And it's funny because you've got two very strong fire cards. One is where your emotions are at. So you may have very strong, fiery emotions kind of coming up. You may not be able to hold it in. But, this is the fire, the Phoenix, burns up. So you're on fire. You're literally on fire. You're the time for you is now. And I actually got this with Aries. So, because I know there's a fire trine going on. I don't know the specific dates, but because of the fire trine, I think things are getting activated in the fire signs. And things are really, your lives are transforming. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, your lives are really just going to be so much different than they were, a month ago, a year ago. It's going to change. Your whole life is really about to change. And there's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, there is light. This is the Hermit. It's interesting that this is the outcome because you have this fire energy and you want to go out and you want to sing, you want to dance, but there are some times, Sagittarius it needs to learn a balance of, when to stay in, when to go out. You can't party all the time. You have to come home and, you know, do your dishes and do your laundry and go grocery shopping, you know, sometimes. Okay. So this is like, you know, for you, my counsel would be, there's this almost imbalance between wanting to stay in and wanting to go out, you know. Just kind of see if you can, you know, get some downtime in your schedule so that you can go out as much as you want. You know, you need to pay attention to your body. If your body's saying no, you know, it's not a time to go. If you're tired and your eyes are like this and you're like, oh, you're falling asleep and you're drooling on your pillow, this is not a time to go out. It's a time to stay in and take a nap. You know, a nap is not going to kill you. Okay. The Hermit is also, can be an engagement. Or it can just mean commitment. Because to me, an engagement is like commitment. Someone who's going to be committed to you in some way. But this card, it's weird because of the position of this card. You know, each person, and these actually kind of correlate together. There's this female looking to the future, and then the Hermit is looking to the past. So it's interesting. You have an immediate future, which is like you know, in a day or a week, you know, within the next 2 weeks, you're going to be thinking a lot about the future. And then really probably by the end of the month, you're going to be really thinking about the past. And coming out of your hole and really coming into your own and, you know, realizing there is some light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to be more hopeful. You may kind of get to the month and say, well, wait a minute. I had specific ideas about what I wished for, and maybe you haven't seen them yet. I feel like the Hermit is kind of they're looking at each other. It's weird. They're looking at each other. The Hermit is looking at this other woman. She's wishing for one thing, and he's looking at her. And they're both kind of expecting something. I feel like there's a disconnect, you know? There's distance. There's distance between the two. So you may be in a long-distance relationship or thinking about a long-distance relationship. And you guys are not quite connecting. Not quite. He's looking to you, and you're looking to him, and it's like there's not enough there. There's not enough there to feel. Maybe you're looking for commitment from him. That's what it is. You're looking, if you're a female Sagittarius, you're looking for the commitment from him. That's what it is. That's right. I always get to the bottom of these things. It's the card, the outcome is a very good outcome. You know, whether you get what it is that you want from him remains to be seen, because you're wishing for this. And wishes sometimes and sometimes don't happen. So if he does commit to you, then many blessings. If he doesn't commit to you, then you know, you're in a time of transformation. It is time for you to go out and get what you want. So if you want commitment, if you're looking for commitment, this is time for you to go out and put that out into the world. You know, when you go dating, you go on a few dates, you know, go out and be social and, you know, tell people this is what you're looking for. You're looking for commitment. But overall, I feel like, you know, you're going to come out of September, at the end of September, feeling like a different person. And the energy really has shifted. And you're no longer going to be waiting and wishing and hoping and dreaming. You're going to be doing. And you're going to be rocking and rolling. You're going to be working, because the working card is coming towards you. So you're going to be working. If you're not working now, you will be working. So if those of you who are looking for work, having a difficult time with it, the energy is going to change. You know, the waiting is over. You're going to be working again. You know, finances are going to improve. Good times ahead. So I think that's it for right now. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for commenting on my videos. Feel free to share my videos. You know, for those of you who want a private reading, I'm happy to do that. I just posted my new prices on my if you click on the About Me link. Basically, it is $30 for one question, $75 for 1 hour, and $150 for 2 hours. I usually recommend the 2 hour. Everybody gets really into my readings, and you're going to have so many questions. You don't even realize. Basically, once we get into it, it's going to open up all these other questions, and you're going to be like, well, what about this relationship? What about this person? And it's going to start to happen, and we're going to get really into it, and then suddenly 2 hours is going to go by. So strongly recommend the 2 hour. Not because I'm greedy and I need the money. No, I love doing these readings, and I was doing them by donation, so you know. I would like to transition to going full time with this. So you know, the more money, obviously, it's more of a thing for me where I can actually do this full time, and this is what I love to do. So that would make me very happy. But obviously, I do have a full-time job, so I'd like to be actually able to eat meals on my weekends because I have it. But you guys are all worth it. You know, you guys really are. You guys are really amazing. I just wish the best for you. So Sagittarius, you know, things are going to be better. They will. And I will talk to you soon. Big hugs and kisses. Big hugs. Big kisses. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.